Hi everybody, this is the Sentiment Timing weekly video recap for Tuesday, July 14th, 2015. So these markets are moving at warp speed, and with that, let's get started. So at Sentiment Timing, we believe that human beings and the markets are irrational, and there's always going to be an irrational element at work. And that is what creates the market opportunities. And we find these irrational elements through Woody Dorsey's proprietary sentiment database, as well as his technical timing indicators, which project when these turns should play out. So last week we had left you with, we had a very, very low sentiment reading, and we had bullish divergences in place. So there was a reason to look for some type of bounce. We got that bounce. This surprised me. I think it pretty much surprised everybody, especially the way that they did it, where it was basically one huge gap up, two huge gap ups, and three gap ups. And with that, it's really almost 90% of the move was made in overnight trading. So there was no getting in or out of these markets. You either had to roll the dice that something good out of Greece was going to happen, because that was the, what was really moving the algorithms. And if you were wrong, you were going to see a massive gap down. If you're right, then you got a massive gap up. And that is a Russian roulette way of trading. You have no idea what was going to be playing out over there, and obviously if you were betting a deal was going to happen, you made out. Now today was the first day there was no big gap up in either direction. They did grind it higher. Now this is the spiders here on a 15-minute chart, no, 60-minute chart, and the reason why I'm showing you is because it shows the gaps. The spider, the S&P or the SPX doesn't show those. So anyway, the S&P ran right into a 78% retracement. We now have bearish divergences, which I'll show you on the regular charts. So I am anticipating that we could get some kind of pullback, and from there I think it's going to be a little bit telling as far as what's going to be playing out in the future, because we are expecting some type of low. Did we expect it like this? No. And there's some important dates this week that are going to be very telling, and Woody goes over that in today's report. So anyway, we now have a 92% bullish reading. So it took three gap ups, 60 points or 70 points to the upside before we finally got a 92% reading. So we have a very bullish reading right now, and remember, these people typically get bullish at tops, if you notice here. So everybody got bearish at these lows. We got the bounce up, and now if I show you our regular charts here, this is what I mean by, this is the spiders here, this is the SPX. So on the 15-minute chart, you can see we have bearish divergences. So the technicals are starting to drift lower. That is telling me that we're going to get some kind of a pullback. And with the high sentiment reading, bullish sentiment reading, that kind of lines up. Now, where could we go? I would say that there's a good shot that we could get some kind of pullback either down to the 2092, possibly to 2085. Now, if we get that and then a pop back up, now we're going to get the sell signals on the 60-minute chart as well on the S&P, and then from there would possibly be setting up for a much larger drop to the downside. That's if it happens. We've seen these divergences run for a very long time, and again, we're going to just keep an eye. I'm going to keep an eye on what he's saying, what his expectations are. But right now, this move surprised me. I think it surprised everybody. I don't think anybody was really anticipating that from the let's say here the 2045 lows that we were going to get up to 2011 with really nobody able to get into this move, and it was surprising, but the markets are the markets. So this isn't a video, tonight's video is not a, hey, I told you so, look what you could have made. This was, yeah, we were anticipating a bounce because of the low sentiment, the bullish divergences. no, there's no way I was anticipating this, and I don't think Woody was either. I was looking for an outlier that they possibly could have gotten back up to the 2095, but obviously the market's had something else in mind, and now it's up to the 78% retracement. So with the bearish divergences, I think, as I said here, I would not be getting aggressive on the short side because of the bullish divergences and the 1% bullish sentiment. I will give you the same sentence here. I would not get aggressively bullish up here. I think that there's going to be a pullback. As long as support holds, then yes, we could move higher. But the fact that we have gaps, the gaps are at the 207.84 on the spiders and all the way down at the 205.50. So that means that we could see the S&P all the way down at these levels. So and it would actually fit what Woody explained in today's report, as far as what could be playing out. So that's really about it. And we've made some great trades. This, we were looking for the move. We were looking for it to go lower. Obviously, the market's had something else in mind, but the main thing is that there is a black hole that is scheduled for the third quarter of this year, and that's where we are right now. And the last black hole we saw that Woody predicted on the day, the S&P dropped 200 points and then rallied 280 points. And you can see each one of the turns has been pretty much spot on, and the blue ones are the ones that did not work out, and they were pretty much break-even trades. And we want the big moves, but like I've said, the market is going to be, it's right. You can't argue with it. So it's going to do what it's going to do, and we're going to get, there's going to be another one of these big moves, and I'm sure we're going to be on the right side of it. So anyway, last week I had said that anybody that joined Sentiment Timing, I was going to give you a free membership to marketspath.com. That's my other website. I co-publish Sentiment Timing with Woody Dorsey. Now, I charge $79.99 a month for mine. It's a more technical aspect of I go over the S&P, but it's IWM as well. And we have a trade room, morning notes, video reports. It's a more hands-on type site. And I'm going to keep that. We had a lot of people that actually jumped on ship with that, and I've gotten some pretty good feedback from it. So if you are interested, we are doing the $99.99 special for the first month. Anybody that joins that and is interested in following me in the video reports on marketspath.com, just send me an email to gary.dean@marketspath.com. I'll get you set up. You don't have to give me anything. I just send you the login information and set you up on our email distribution list. So with that, let's see if these projections that Woody has out for this week come true, and if it does, should be some exciting times. So until next week, have a great week of trading.